The engagement party was scheduled for Saturday at the Riverside Hotel. Mom handled the decorations while my sister Amanda volunteered to coordinate the catering. I should have seen the warning signs. Another party for perfect Sarah, Amanda muttered, thinking I couldn't hear. She was in my kitchen, supposedly picking up the guest list, but her eyes kept drifting to the medical supplies on my counter. My insulin pens, glucose meter, and emergency glucagon kit. I've been type 1 diabetic since I was 14. Did you say something? I asked. She smiled, distracted. Just thinking how beautiful the venue will be. You're so lucky Mark proposed. Some of us are still waiting. I ignored the jab. Amanda had always been competitive, but lately it had intensified. When I got promoted to senior architect, she made snide comments about nepotism. When I bought my first investment property, she called it a waste of money. Now, with my engagement to Mark, a cardiovascular surgeon, her bitterness had reached new levels. You'll find someone, I said diplomatically. The right person is worth waiting for. Easy for you to say. She grabbed the guest list and left without another word. The day of the party, I woke up feeling uneasy. I tested my blood sugar. Normal. I took my morning insulin and got ready. The venue looked stunning. White roses, string lights, and gold place settings. Amanda arrived late wearing a red dress. You look nice, I told her. Thanks. You look tired. Are you feeling okay? I'm fine. Just excited. 2 hours into the party, I started feeling strange. Shaking hands, cold sweat. The symptoms of low blood sugar. But that didn't make sense. I'd eaten, taken insulin correctly, had everything balanced. I checked my glucose meter. 42. Dangerously low. I took glucose tablets and sat down. Mark noticed and stayed with me. When did you last take insulin? He asked. This morning. Normal dose. 15 minutes later, I still felt wrong. My blood sugar was dropping again. 54. We need to go to the hospital, Mark said firmly. Amanda appeared. What's happening? Sarah's having blood sugar issues, Mark said, calling for an ambulance. Oh, come on, Amanda's voice dripped with disdain. She's fine. She just wants attention. It's her engagement party and she can't stand not being the center of everything. She's in diabetic shock. This is serious, I said weakly. This is completely different, I insisted. The ambulance took me to Memorial Hospital. Dr. Lisa Patel took over my care, asking detailed questions about my insulin regimen. Nothing explained the severe hypoglycemia. We're admitting you for observation, she said. I want to see your insulin pens. Mark brought my purse. Dr. Patel examined the pens carefully. These look fine externally, but I want the lab to analyze the contents. Has anyone else had access to your insulin? I thought about Amanda in my kitchen 4 days ago, standing near my medical supplies. My sister was in my apartment on Tuesday. She was near where I keep my supplies. We'll test everything for now, Dr. Patel said. We'll use hospital insulin. I spent 2 days hospitalized. My blood sugar stabilized with hospital insulin. The pharmacy analysis came back Monday. Dr. Patel came to my room with hospital security and a police detective. Sarah, your rapid-acting insulin pen contained a concentration 3 times higher than standard, she said. Someone diluted your long-acting insulin with additional rapid-acting insulin. When you took what you thought was a normal dose, you actually received a massive overdose. Someone tampered with your insulin. Yes, I said, horrified. This was deliberate. Officer James Morrison, the police detective, pulled out a notepad. Who has access to your apartment? Just me and my fiancé. I gave my sister a spare key 2 months ago when she was house-sitting while I traveled for work. Does she still have that key? Yes. They asked more questions. Timeline, opportunity, motive. I told them about Amanda's resentment, her comment at the party calling me an attention seeker, and her increasingly bitter behavior. Officer Morrison took notes and said they'd investigate. The hospital discharged me Tuesday with new insulin pens and a medical safe. Mark installed it and we changed the locks. Wednesday, detectives questioned Amanda at Brightwell Communications. She denied everything until confronted with security footage showing her entering my apartment on Tuesday while I was at work. Then she broke. She admitted switching the insulin to make me sick and ruin my party. She claimed she didn't know it could kill me, though she had researched insulin dosing. The detectives found her search history. Brightwell fired her Thursday. Memorial Hospital was one of their major clients. When Memorial's legal team informed Brightwell that an employee was under investigation for attempting to harm a physician's family member, Brightwell acted immediately. Amanda was terminated for cause with no severance. The news spread through her professional network within days. She had been planning to move to a competitor, but word got around. No PR firm wanted to touch her. She had been living beyond her means on a good salary and suddenly had no income. Within weeks, she moved to a studio in a rough neighborhood, sold her car and stopped returning calls. The district attorney charged Amanda with aggravated assault, tampering with a pharmaceutical product and reckless endangerment. My lawyer mentioned I could file a civil suit for medical expenses and emotional distress. Mark and I postponed the wedding by 3 months. We focused on healing. The postponement also gave me time to finalize a real estate deal I'd been working on quietly for 6 years. Starting with a small condo I rented out, then a duplex, then a single-family home in an up-and-coming neighborhood, the rental income from the first 2 helped me by the third. Most people didn't know about my real estate portfolio. I kept my real estate investments private, managing the properties through a company. Amanda certainly didn't know. She had mocked me for becoming a landlord, saying it was beneath me. 2 months after the engagement party disaster, Amanda showed up at my door. She had lost weight, her hair was limp, and she wore clothes I recognized from years ago. "Can I come in?" she asked. I let her in but didn't offer her a seat. Mark stood in the kitchen doorway watching. "I need money," she said without preamble. "I can't pay rent. I can't find work. Mom won't help me because she's ashamed. I need a loan, just enough to get through the next few months." "You tried to kill me," I said calmly. "I didn't. I just wanted you to be sick for one day. To miss your own party. To know what it feels like to have everything taken away. You put me in the hospital for 2 days. Dr. Patel said if Mark hadn't gotten me there when he did, I could have died. But you didn't die. You're fine." Her tone shifted to defensive anger. "You're always fine. Everything works out for you. I lose one job and my whole life falls apart, but you," she scoffed. "You probably got promoted or something." "I didn't get promoted, but I am doing well. So you can help me. You can loan me money. 15,000 would get me back on my feet." I looked at her. This person who had been my sister for 32 years, the person who put my life at risk out of jealousy, who showed no remorse. "No," I said simply. "No." Just like that. "I'm your sister. You're the person who tampered with my insulin. The person facing criminal charges. You got yourself fired by making catastrophically bad decisions. Those are your consequences, not mine. Please, Sarah. I can't afford rent. I'm going to be evicted. You should have thought about that before you committed a felony." She started crying, but the tears didn't move me. "What am I supposed to do?" "Get a job. Any job, fast food, retail, whatever. Pay your rent. Face your legal problems. Deal with the consequences of your actions. You don't understand what it's like to struggle." "Actually, I do. I bought my first rental property by working 60-hour weeks and living on ramen for a year. I built what I have through planning and sacrifice. You built nothing because you were too busy resenting everyone else's success." "Your rental property?" she said, confused. "You mean that condo?" "I mean my 3 properties, the condo, the duplex, and the house on Maple Street. They're all paid off now. All generating income." Her face twisted through confusion, realization, disbelief, then rage. "You own 3 houses?" "Yes." "And you're telling me you can't help me when you own 3 houses?" "I'm telling you I won't help you. There's a difference. You made your choices. I made mine. Your choices led to assault charges and unemployment. Mine led to financial security. Those aren't my consequences to fix." Mark stepped forward. "I think it's time for you to leave, Amanda." She looked between us, her expression hardening. "You're both horrible people." "We're not the ones who tampered with medical supplies," Mark said evenly. "We're not the ones facing criminal charges. You need to leave now." After she left, I sat down, shaking slightly. Mark pulled me close. "That was hard," he said. "She's not sorry," I whispered. "She's just broke." "I know." The criminal trial took 8 months. Amanda pleaded guilty to reduce the charges. She received 2 years of probation, community service, a restraining order, and mandatory counseling. I didn't attend the sentencing. I moved on. Mark and I got married in a small ceremony at a botanical garden. Mom came, sad but trying to rebuild our relationship. 6 months later, I closed on my fourth property, a small apartment building. The rental income from all 4 properties now exceeded my architect's salary. I thought about Amanda sometimes, wondering if she'd learned anything. Mostly, though, I focused on the future. One evening, I ran into Mom at the grocery store. "How's Amanda?" I asked. "Working at a call center. She found a studio in a better area. Still on probation. She asks about you. What do you tell her?" "That you're happy. That you're doing well. That she needs to focus on her own life." Mom paused. "I think she's finally starting to understand." "Understanding and changing are different things," I said. I went home, to Mark, to our house, to our plans for the future. I thought about the properties I owned, the financial freedom I built, the insulin safely locked in the medical safe. I thought about the diabetes I'd managed for 18 years, and the emergency that could have killed me. The best revenge wasn't anything I did to Amanda. It was living well, and refusing to let her choices destroy mine.